Never have I ever.
That's what we're playing now, right?
Speaking of which, would you rather EQ edition, EQ/Pantheon edition? It's all right. So first question: would you rather solo or group with a pug? Would you rather Dymlos
In EverQuest?
Pantheon or Everquest?
I'm usually willing to give a pug group a shot, but you know,
Are you?
if it's pretty tough, yeah. I mean, not all the time. I mean, if I'm in a group already, then usually not. But I'd say yeah. I'd go group. I'd go pug group.
Grick says solo. Randomrob, would you rather
Depends on what class I'm playing.
Solo XP, or are you pugging it up? Your main. You're playing your main.
I'm probably pugging it up. I think soloing is going to be very hard in the game, and it's going to be really kind of beating your head against the wall. And it kind of depends on what you're after, because there's going to be a lot of exploring in the game and doing cool stuff like that might not even be group centric, but I mean, when you're going for a good long grind, I mean, pugs are fun. Unless they're not, they can be really frustrating, but then at the same token, I mean, you're kind of laughing it off like, oh my gosh, this is so bad.
My theory
Like,
with
these guys
pugs
suck so
is
hard.
sit in the back, don't create a lot of aggro, and watch everybody else die. Keep the gate spell ready.
Yep. For sure.
I'm out early on all pug groups. Like if you pug with me, like I'm like if it's iffy, I'm out. You're dying, I'm not.
For sure.
Xellic, are you soloing or pugging?
I'm 100% pug. Everybody that I've formed any kind of a meaningful relationship with in these games has been through a pug. In fact, I first met the Plus Guild through a pug on stuff. And every guild that I've been in long term has been from I met a guy or a girl or whoever, and we just started hanging out because we had a good time in the pug, and we kept it going, and we built that rapport that turned into now we're guild mates, and now we're hanging out all the time.
Oh, we got a quick question from chat. Synthrak wants to know how he can find out what pledges he has. You need to email the VR customer support. You can do that from their web page, pantheonmmo.com. And if you go to the bottom and go to support, it'll give you can email them, contact the support, and they will get right back to you. You'll just need to provide the email address that you signed up with.
You go to the forums and log in.
Or if you go to the forums and log in, that too.
Yeah, and then there's a sub, because I'm looking at it now. There's a drop-down menu that's quote-unquote my pledge. And that'll tell you what you've pledged.
Either way works.
Yeah.
Marks, would you rather solo or pug?
Pug. What's the point of playing an MMO with?
I can't believe you didn't get any solo votes. It's crazy.
I mean, that's how I started grouping with Dymlos. Pugged it up.
Rather pugging it up, or you're soloing, which is really just kind of training other pugs.
All right.
So we got Lurch in the group.
That is.
Yeah.
Would you rather play P99 or EQ Live? By EQ Live, I mean live server 2022, the most current server. The most current expansion pack. Dymlos.
Live without a doubt. I don't need that grind. That's too much. Like what Nathan and Sparrow are doing over on their channel. Like they're level 34 and they've been doing this for. No, they're not even 34. They're like 20. They're like level 20. I just watched them hit 20 because they were talking about surnames. That's right. And they've been doing this for months. 20 levels. Oh God, I don't have time for that. We're too old. We just don't have time for that anymore.
What are you gonna do if Pantheon takes that long to level?
There's no way. There's no way.
That's new.
Also, it's new. I'm willing to suck a ton of time into that for a little while.
Randomrob. EQ Live or P99?
That's kind of a tough one for me. I think it would almost depend on what kind of a mood I'm in. because live, I've never, like, I don't know live, I suppose, today, because there's so many expansions that I have never played. So I don't know exactly what I'm getting with live. I know what I'm getting with P99, and it's very nostalgia based, but I think play it too much and kind of becomes old hat quickly. Maybe not quickly, but I don't know. I'm torn. I guess I would go live just because I don't know exactly what I'm getting, so there's a lot of new stuff. But P99's not too awful.
Not too awful. That's a plug right there. Not too awful.
Not too awful.
Xellic, P99 or live?
So before I answer real quick, Dane, can you start passing out TLs to Fear for us, and then Port our group? Wet Paper Bag and Jasper will need the
Like the
TLs.
Fear.
Yep, so that we can go res that other corpse for Draq in live Fear.
No, it's just here. I just had the one death.
Oh, okay.
I was confused. I was confused about where I died.
Okay. So P99 hands down for me. Mostly because I don't like feeling like a sandbag, and it doesn't take much for me to feel like a sandbag if I'm not doing something to push things forward. And so to jump into a game that has thousands of AAs to catch up on, and there is a mechanic to auto grant some of the back AAs, but you're just starting so far behind the power curve that unless you're buying Chrono and paying people to PL you or asking your friends to drag you through it, there's just no real way to be part of the current content and realistic. Like, you can't go, hey, I'm a brand new character with no AAs and I'm level 1 and I'm going to be going in and raiding. If you get on P99, it doesn't take long to level up on that server, depending on how you do it. And there's stuff going on at all content levels there. It's not like, Unrest is empty or things like that. People are regularly grouping in most of the zones. So you can kind of carry your own weight and do your own part in that. And I would rather have that experience than feel like a sandbag because there's so much bloated content that I couldn't keep up if I wanted to.
Thanks to Meatpole. Thanks for the follow. He liked the P99. He said, "Well said." So Mark's P99 or live? Which would you rather?
Neither. That's why we're on a TLP.
This is one you rather. You have to choose. You have to choose.
You got my choice. That's it. No, neither or.
Mark's is just like, I'm out. I off myself.
He says, I will quit MMOs before I take either of those options.
I think I'd have to do P99. I like P99 better than live.
Yeah, but you only do 3 Velius ever.
It's kind of true.
That's like your lifeblood. You are a P90er. You hate P99, and yet you are P99.
You gotta stay in his comfort zone. It's just not fast enough. He wants P99, but faster.
I want P99 in a month and a half, okay?
On rewind.
On rewind. I'm willing to give EverQuest 2 months out of the year. That's my limit. All right, so would you rather receive a Pantheon Rainborn pledge or set the Pantheon alpha date?
Did you say set the date?
Set the date. Well, I know which one Xellic's going to choose, but for the rest of us...
But probably not for the reason you think.
Dymlos.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Would you rather you personally receive a Rainborn pledge, which is the $3,000 pledge, or set the Pantheon alpha date?
Do I get to set the alpha date so that I win the Squares tournament? So that's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
That's a great Dymlos answer.
So let's say cloth map or
cloth map and the signed picture and the design your own quest line.
Yeah, you do get to design the quest line. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, that is cool. But I'd have to wait another 5 years for it to come out.
You get
to wait either way.
Oh.
If you make it, doesn't matter. If it ain't ready, it ain't ready.
Remember, this is set the alpha date, not set the launch date.
Yeah, not set the launch date, set the alpha date.
Oh, but I'm already in pre-alpha, so I'm taking the $3,000 one because that's crazy.
All right. Random Rob.
Rainborn.
Taking the
Easily.
Rainborn. Taking it.
Because I'm going to design a quest line that revolves around juggling.
That's awesome. Xellic.
I would actually take the Rainborn pledge as well.
Oh, wow.
Even if Yep. And the reason
We're
for
all
that.
Pantheon patient here.
You're all a bunch
No.
of selfish
So,
jerks,
no,
is what you guys
actually,
are.
No. So here's the thing. I would not presume to know better than Joppa and the rest of that team when the right time for alpha is.
Oh.
I think they are more qualified than I am to make that decision. And I don't see the point of rushing the alpha, potentially getting bad publicity over an alpha that isn't ready, and then tarnishing the reputation of the game because of a premature alpha, or unnecessarily delaying it because I picked one too long off. So that's why I would take the Rainborn pledge.
Xellic just went like over the top deep on this whole thing. He just
For sure.
Mark,
good work.
Would you
Rainborn.
rather get the? Oh, you want the Rainborn? Man, I would have not called this. I can't believe you all took the Rainborn pledge.
For sure. Because just like Zella said, if they're not ready, they're not ready.
Nobody thinks about the community. Nobody thinks about the community.
I want
is
the
about
community
thinking
have
about the
have an alpha when it's ready to be an alpha.
I mean, if the
Yeah.
question was like, could you hit a magic button and make the game perfectly ready for
For
alpha,
alpha.
and
Yeah, that'd be
speed
a
up the
different-
process therefrom?
Well, that was a lot to
And-
say. I don't know that I want.
Yeah, remember, this is from the guy who pushes one button.
I push the button, okay? There's one button and I push it. Actually, there's two buttons with the mage. This is my complicated class. All right, next question. Would you rather lose all your gear or lose all your AAs? Dymlos.
On this server,
This server.
it's no choice. Goodbye gear. The gear drops like crazy. AAs do not. But if it was like P99, oh god.
There's not
not gonna
AAs
play
at P99, just FYI.
Oh, yeah,
they
that's
don't.
right.
They're not in luck. They're still in
Fair
Velos.
enough. Well, maybe there should be. Maybe I'd play it if it was.
I agree with that. They definitely should be in Luckland by now. This whole
Oof.
decade.
Yeah, no,
per
this
expansion
server for
thing's
sure
still
loot
slow.
because you can just buy. I mean, you can just go to the bazaar and get full raid gear on this server.
All right. Random Rob.
Same. I got a ton of AAs, and those AAs make me strong. But the gear is temporary, right? I mean, you hit an expansion so quickly, and all of your best in slot becomes replaceable.
Yeah, I guess when I thought about this question, I wasn't thinking about the fact that this server so much loot drops.
Let's take out the loot rules. Let's take out the loot rules for this question. I'll take my answer back. Let's say okay. So I have 900 AAs on this ranger already,
Oh man, that's big.
and so, but all my loot is near best in slot. So I can grind the AAs on my own and split paw. I'm gonna say AAs. I'm gonna drop my AAs for my best in slot gear.
Xellic, what do you think?
I'm sticking with my answer.
I'm in the goodbye to the AAs camp as well. AAs are too easy to come by on your own or with one friend or two friends. You can't get top tier raid gear with one or two friends.
Marks?
Also, we need to move up a little bit if you guys want to follow the frogs.
Yep.
For which
Just follow Bebop. Just follow
for
Bebop.
this server, I would definitely lose the gear over the AAs.
Yeah.
But if it was another server,
Another server, I'd keep this gear because there's no way we'd get this gear. And
I
you
have-
use this gear to get the AAs.
I have almost 1,200 AAs. I'm not giving that up.
Rob's like, ain't going back. No way, no how. Would you rather be on a server with
Yes.
unlimited boxers, no restrictions on boxing, or on a server with mercs?
Ooh.
As someone who 2 boxes, I'm gonna go with boxing because mercs are boring. At least I'm playing the other guy rather than have the computer play it for me. So more fun wins. So I say boxes.
Okay, Random Rob.
Mercs. I've never played on a server with Mercenary, so I'd be curious to see how that goes. And I don't box, so everyone is dumbed down to my level, anyways. So Mercs for sure for me.
Xellic.
I'm going to go with boxing. I would get bored too easily with the mercs. I think I need more for me to do, not more for the computer to do for me.
Marks.
I'd go with the mercs. Less competition for gear. Do you have to gear the merc? I don't even know. I've never played with a merc.
I have no idea. You guys are probably going to get to mercs, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Depends
eventually.
on when Pantheon comes out.
I mean, it depends when Pantheon comes out.
Mercs aren't too far down the road, I think, at this point, right?
No clue.
4 or 5 expansions, maybe longer than that.
God, I hope Pantheon.
Like next summer. It's like a next summer thing, maybe.
Would you rather?
Probably going to aggro him when we land there, so maybe.
Would you rather Squirtle or Charizard? Dymlos.
honestly, it would have to be Bulbasaur. But if I had to pick between those two, it would be Squirtle because that is who I picked at the very beginning. I didn't go with Charizard. I went with Blastoise. Back in '98 when that game came out.
I put that.
Don't move.
I
Don't
put this
move.
one in there just for you. Random Rob, Squirtle or Charizard?
I'm Team Eevee. I like Eevee.
Oh my goodness.
That's my daughter's favorite.
Eevee's the best.
Xellic, Squirtle or Charizard?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I wasn't into Pokemon that early.
Fire or water?
So
Water
I'm gonna
turtle
have
or
to
fire
go
lizard?
with Magikarp.
Magikarp.
This is the worst. I don't want to have to. I want to pick from everything. I don't want to
the
pick
worst
from these
would
two
you
now.
rather ever.
No, I'm gonna have to say I've heard more people say Charizard, and I've seen a bunch of things about Charizard's worth a boatload of money. So I'm just for that reason, and not being a guy who was not into Pokemon originally, I'm gonna go with Charizard.
Marks, Squirtle or Charizard?
What's Pokemon?
Right?
What's the
that was,
other one?
That was kid shit.
Wasn't there like a
I didn't play no
Digi something?
Pokemon.
All right, Invis up. We don't need to kill stuff for quite a ways down.
What are we after? What are we doing?
KT,
Hey Xellic, check my screen.
your screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I was too old for that when it came out.
Check my camera.
Nice.
Those are it. Those are the first edition. Like that's the Charizard that's worth $300,000.
Wow.
What?
What's your
That's
address?
crazy. Right?
Nobody knows.
That's awesome, dude. Very cool.
It's not a
Pulled
safe
that in myself.
See, I got into the My Hero Academia card game recently.
All right.
You know-
hold on. We got some more questions. You guys can't be
Okay.
sidetracked on this stuff. Would you rather PvP or trade
God.
skill?
Oh, that's easy.
On EverQuest?
Or Pantheon?
It depends.
Which trade
don't even
skill?
Your choice. Dealer's choice.
Because cooking's real easy.
I don't even know how it's gonna be yet.
Do I get to be a Shadow Knight if I PvP?
You be whatever class you want.
There is no Shadow Knights.
Dire
You can
Lord.
be both
Dire
EverQuest
Lord?
or Pantheon.
Whatever.
In general, PvP or trade skill?
Trade skill. No doubt.
Randomrob, PvP or trade skill?
PvP, no doubt. PvP, faux show.
Xellic, PvP or
Trade
trade
skill.
skill?
Don't even say that 3-letter swear word in front of me.
Marks, the
I'd rather
PvP
do-
master. PvP
No,
or
not a
trade skill?
master. I'd rather do brewing than PvP any day. Brewing was cake.
Brewing.
Where'd you guys go?
Right down
Somebody
the
went
middle?
up and started pulling the stuff up there in
Wonder
the
who
side
that was.
room.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was me.
No, Bebop was grabbing the right stuff as far as I know.
I did it.
Okay, well that's where we went then, the right
I
way.
did it.
Next question. Player housing or collecting in-game pets?
You need to expand upon that. Is this instanced player housing, or is this land grab player housing?
I don't know.
Makes a huge difference in my thought train on that one.
Whichever one you prefer.
Whichever
for
one you
housing.
like better. Your dealer's choice. Dymlos. Player
Wait,
housing
I was
or
dealing.
player housing or collecting pets?
Ooh.
In your
I would say housing, because then I can decorate my house. Pets, they choose for me, but my house I can decorate myself.
Grix likes the player housing. Randomrob, player housing or pets?
I played a decent amount of EQ2, and EQ2 had both of these, and the pets were really cool, but they were really cool because you could put them in your house.
True.
So, I guess I would have to go with housing.
Because then you get both.
Yeah,
Grix, I played WildStar as well. I love the housing in WildStar. It was excellent. Xellic,
Yeah,
player housing or pets?
I would go with instanced player housing over pets, but pets over open world player housing.
Land grab.
Yeah, I don't like the
grab.
land grab thing. Where
I
where
like the
people
land
just buy
grab
up
thing
all the
because
land.
I'm on the making the money into that thing.
I like
Come see your wizard real estate agent, Draq. He might got a deal for you.
No, sir. No, but part of it too is like I don't want to turn like the terminus landscape into like
Condos.
suburbia. Yeah, like give me a chunk of the city where this is like the neighborhood, and then we have instanced player housing inside of that. I'm good with that. But yeah, I don't want to see terminus turn into suburbia.
What if you have like what if it's I think player housing instance is fine, but what I don't want it to be by myself. What if you had like a neighborhood that was instance? So you had like
guild hall.
yeah, well, not a guild hall because I want my own house within the neighborhood. So like I choose 20 of my friends and then we form a community and that is the instance.
Now, I could get behind that. Essentially, your guild or organization could have rights to an instance, if you will, and that instance has X amount of spaces to plop down houses in it, and then your crafting team could, build houses for all the people and stuff like that. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could get behind that.
That's
And
how
then
Lambaston said that's how EQ1 housing is, and I never made it that
Pulled
far
everything.
in EQ1.
I didn't know EQ1 had housing.
I didn't either. I can't wait.
yeah, right.
But yeah, I could
We
get
should
behind
get
the
an
whole
apartment
neighborhood
together, guys. What do you think? You want to get an apartment together?
No. We got to get a neighborhood together.
Cul-de-sac.
start the
We'll
neighborhood
get our own
watch?
cul-de-sac.
Townhomes.
Bye, Sludge.
Sludge is
Bye,
dead.
Sludge.
I love how the tank is just watching me die. I go, yep, bye.
I can only hold aggro on so much at once.
Oh,
You can't even hold aggro on two.
You've never heard Wet Paper Bag say that.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
he can't hold it on anything.
One.
He's dead before he gets out half the sentence.
Next question: kill quests or fetch quests? Dymlos.
Ooh. God, they both suck. Please, dear God, don't put either of them in Pantheon.
Oh, they're going to exist.
Let's say. Oh God, Draq, this sucks. I'll go fetch because I much prefer exploring than just staying in one place killing.
Kill quests or fetch quests, Randomrob? Would you rather?
Kill. I would kill the quest giver that gives the fetch quests.
Xellic. Kill quests or fetch quests?
I'm going to have to go with fetch quests. Here's my thing on that one, right? WoW, I'm gonna shit on WoW for a minute here. How many zebras don't have hooves in that kill quest?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if they're not gonna have 4 hooves drop off of a zebra, 1 head drop off of a raptor, then don't give me a kill quest for shit that's not gonna drop. That makes no sense from a lore
Well, that's a
point.
collect quest.
Well, I guess fair. That's fair. You're just talking straight murder hobo and numbers. I think I'd still rather fetch than murder hobo and numbers. Just to get
Marks.
out and run around.
I'd rather slaughter.
Yeah, I think I'm 100%.
I don't
kill
like the
quests.
run from zone this to there to there. I'm not a gopher. Kill.
What if you have Bard speed?
I don't.
If you pay 5,000 points, you do.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about a Pantheon cash shop?
David Ames wants to know, is Pantheon still in the works? Yes, it is still in the works. It is currently in
Very actively in the works.
Yeah, the most recent dev stream was very exciting. What's the guy's name?
Oh, we haven't even talked about that. Clover. Steve Clover.
Steve Clover. They hired Brad McQuaid's old right-hand man, Steve Clover. He helped develop EverQuest and Vanguard and War Wizard, which was Brad's original title. So very exciting. That they just released that, 4 days ago? Yeah, so we're in pre-alpha. Alpha will be, man, it's got to be close. It's got to be close.
Imminent.
Very imminent. Yeah, he named EverQuest. Steve Clover was actually responsible for the name EverQuest. So.
The amazing stuff.
Amazing.
Super exciting times.
But that's still not going to get you out of your next Would You Rather. Would you rather make your next alt an ogre or a troll? Dymlos.
Ogre. They've got the stun. They've got the stun thing. Trolls suck. They're ugly. Even the new ones. New graphics versus old graphics. Old graphics and new graphics. Ogre wins. Plus they got the innate ability that's way better. They've got the same regen. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
There are no trolls in Pantheon, which is interesting.
Good.
That's just because I'm not in game yet.
Because the
They
game
got the
hasn't launched yet.
Well, I mean, there are no landed trolls. There's not even a mention of trolls.
Randomrob is
Just
gonna
jugglers.
be king troll in that game.
Randomrob, ogre
Troll.
or troll? Troll for
Troll
life.
life. Yes.
I have a soft spot for trolls as well. Xellic, ogre or troll?
For all the reasons Dymlos already said, ogre.
Marks.
It's a
Well, do we have
no-brainer.
to ask Marks what he would make?
Well, as you said-
He is our resident ogre.
The next alt would be a troll, or, I mean, I already made the Ixar, so
Nice.
probably troll for the next alt.
Grix just asked, did you just say troll for wife?
Troll for life.
Is there a reason it's taking a long time to be finished, or is it just so much content? Well, the reason is that they part of it is just, dude, MMOs take a long time to develop. If you look back, other than kind of Blizzard is kind of the exception, but they at that time, remember, they had Warcraft, they had StarCraft, they had more money than like conceivably any other game has ever had, and they cranked it out fast. But everybody else, it just takes time. It's a 8 to 10 year process to crank out an MMO.
Well, it also takes butts and seats, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You need
they're a small
so many
team.
people working
Right,
on
and
it,
this
yeah.
is an
They didn't do it during COVID.
right, and this is an indie team. It's a small team, so yeah, it's just a
Go
process.
check out the last stream.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
want to
worth
see
it.
the last dev stream. Just search Pantheon dev stream, or check us out Pantheon Plus. You can find our videos up there too about the dev stream, or watch the rewind, which is coming up on this weekend on Sunday, or the last rewind. Derek and Des broke it all down. But yeah, it just takes a while. All right, back to the topic at hand. Would you rather buy Chrono or buy cosmetic armor?
Is there a particular source requirement for said Chrono?
Totally legal, 100% legal Chrono. Would you rather buy totally 100% legal Chrono or buy cosmetic armor? Dymlos.
First off, Draq, that is the only Chrono that I have ever purchased. Totally legal. Never have I put a Chinese child through college with purchasing Chrono.
Never.
Not once ever. This is a no-brainer. I love Chrono. I just, it works well in this game. I get what I want. Pay to win, because this game is so hard without it. Yeah, Chrono without a doubt. Plus, I hate the graphics on all this stuff. It doesn't even match the game. Like all these things that, like, you can look at Bebop. His shit looks terrible, although that's the best of it. So he's got that. So it just doesn't match EverQuest. So it doesn't look good to me. So yeah, Chrono without a doubt.
Randomrob, Chrono or cosmetic armor?
I am a purist. I would
You're
never
a purist.
spend money on an MMO. I would never play to win. But I do love me some Fashion Quest. So I would definitely get cosmetics, but somehow not pay for it with any Chronos or any other pay-to-win feature. I would do fetch quests for hours on end for a cool-looking robe. That's what I would do.
Okay. Xellic, Chrono or cosmetics?
Man, I'm gonna call this a lesser of two evils thing. I'd prefer the game didn't have either, but if it did, I'm gonna pay to play if I like the game. So I'm gonna have to go with the Chrono. But really, it's more because I'm very anti the transmog stuff, and I don't mean it in a way that it doesn't belong. But like Dymlos said, right? The game's got a theme to it, and things really need to fit into that theme. But also, there's something to be said about earning your armor, and that armor has a particular look to it. I think things like, your bunny costume or your Wicked Witch of the West costume or whatever, like maybe that has a place as like no stat armor that you can wear in a roleplay environment. But I mean, be proud of what you earned in the game and show that off.
Dude, the nurse costume in Final Fantasy XIV, man, that was something else.
See, like I said, I'm fine with, let's in-game we'll have a Halloween-style event where people dress up and cosplay, and that's cool, but it should be like a no-stat thing that's for that roleplay purpose. And then, I don't know, Nagy doesn't have any business dropping a nurse costume, right? And I don't think that we should flood the server with cash shop items that do the same thing.
Marks, Chrono or cosmetic items?
Neither. I just get Sugar Daddy Dymlos to buy it for me.
Daddy Warbucks to the rescue.
Oh man.
Oh, that's the best answer yet.
You be kissing that alteration hog every night, buddy.
Yep.
All right. And the last question of the night. Would you rather add a new race to Pantheon or add a new class to Pantheon? Dymlos.
Oh, this is a good one. Draq, you finally got a good one.
Wow,
I already know what Rod's
what are you
gonna say.
talking about?
Oh, because you got one.
Oh man. Let's. Ooh. I'm gonna say race because that is something that shows. Your class is just something that the race is. So when I walk around, I want to see something that I've created that people have chosen to play, without having to like who all Shadow Knight or whatever to figure out what class they are. So I'm gonna go with race. Do I get to choose what race it is?
Yeah, choose it.
Into Pantheon, right?
Into Pantheon. Ratonga? You want the Ratonga?
No, rats, gross.
Frogs? Frogs are also not in.
Frogs are nice. But I'm kind of a cat person. But
You're
yeah.
not going to go with the cats, are you?
Yeah. Yep.
You're out.
Take me to the moon.
Get out. Get out.
Take me to the moon, buddy.
Grix, the question is, would you rather add a race to Pantheon or add a class to Pantheon? So, Randomrob, which would you rather?
This we already know this.
I mean,
Yeah, we know exactly where
Draq, you could even answer this for
This
me.
question was for you. There are some layups for each of you here.
My answer is most definitely adding a class to the game, and that class would be the greatest class of all time, which is the Juggler. The Juggler is exactly what Pantheon and every other MMO needs.
Oh, Xellic, would you rather add a race to Pantheon or add a class to Pantheon?
You know, I don't have a good answer yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
All right, you can go after Marks. Marks, would you rather add a race or a class to Pantheon?
I'd rather add a class. I'd like to add another, like a melee pet class. Kind of like the Beast Lord, but maybe a little different.
Oh, interesting. All right, Xellic.
He does like his summons.
I think I'm going to go with race. And I think I'm going to say that for the additional opportunity to present a lore of an entire people into the game.
Noise.
Are you trolling us right now?
No, I'm dead serious.
Do you have a specific race that you would be thinking about something to add?
Trolling us?
This is going to
Trolling?
sound trollish, but I'm going to say it anyway. Totally not trollish. I'm actually serious about this. Some kind of platypus-based race, like an anthropomorphized platypus race.
All right. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I could 100% give you the breakdown and the why and some of the cool things that they could definitely do that are based on an actual platypus. Platypus, I think, is one of the most awesome animals on our planet. And I think an anthropomorphized platypus race would be pretty cool to have.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I am changing. I don't want cats anymore. I have thought through Dungeons and Dragons, and I want a Genasi class, a half genie, half human class.
Oh,
that's a
Ooh.
Race. Sorry.
Yeah, race.
Isn't that the
Okay.
gnomes?
No, those are more mechanic, right? This is definitely
Gnomes are
magic.
fae, not geniekin.
Well, that was a quick fight.
Yeah.
It took the whole half hour.
What did he drop?
Well, I would like to say thank you, everyone, for participating in North After Dark. Would you rather? It was a fun time. If you would like to leave a like and in the comment section below, we would really appreciate that.
For
Ooh.
sure.
Wait, there's
Um,
comments? We can leave comments?
When I rip it to YouTube, when I cut this all out and make it a nice little video, it will be in the YouTube. And you can, once it is on the YouTube, leave a comment. Yes.